headphones?
Yeah.
Use my headphones?
Those are your headphones.
Nice. Yeah. I have headphones. Can I keep them? I'm on the list.
And here we are with the first words on the show being,
I
have headphones.
yeah. Gotta warn us when we're coming on.
It's not a bad first words, man.
Well, welcome to Roundtable.
Yeah.
Enchantment Broadcasting. He's Randy Lynch. I'm BJ Ramirez. Today we have joining us
Truman
Provencio. Why did I go blank for a second?
Yeah, no, I'm sure you've never seen this guy before.
Yeah.
You know, he's been on here, I think, more times than most.
Yeah, I think he's leading in the amount of visits he's been.
Yeah. I think two more visits and he gets a free coffee. So
Yes.
yeah, it'll be in my kitchen, but
They're
still
better than a toaster.
So you book next week?
So we got something different that's going to be going on today with Truman. He's been talking about this for a while. He's come over and hung with me, and we've messed around a little bit. And he's been pulling out his originals that he's been writing. I don't know. I think I'm a bad influence on some of you guys. As I've been doing more and more originals, I'm hearing more and more musicians who are hearing me do mine saying, "Man, I've got this thing that I was working on. Maybe I need to finish it." Or
well, it also the fact that you'll say you got to work on originals.
Oh, well, there's that.
I think the word you're looking for is good influence, bro.
Yeah.
Good.
Well,
inspiration, not influence. There you go.
Something like that.
Well, I'll tell you. I love the covers, and I love hearing what people do with covers. I went to see J.R. Sandoval this weekend twice. I got to see him twice.
Oh wow!
Thursday night he played during the Sip and Paint. He played out at Rio Grande Winery, and then that was like I think a 2-hour thing. And then he played a full length gig at the Icebox on Saturday. And by the way, that was kind of a full day for me.
That's good.
That sounds like a full day.
Yeah, because I started off at that open mic at Amaro. There we are. That's my voice. Okay, good. We're okay. We are live and we have sound. That's good to know.
It's still loading.
It doesn't like you.
I know. There we go.
There
I'm
we
trying
go.
to share it out.
Sound check 1 2 1
Yeah,
2.
something like that.
Yeah.
Well, while we're trying to get set, why don't you just play something?
Oh, real quick before let me finish this bit. If you go to anything at Icebox right now, you got a treat. Because like I said, I went to Amaro. Amaro has something new. They have sangria.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
that's dangerous.
I drank too much sangria. And then of course I'm going to Icebox, which I've got to have a beer while I'm there. It would be rude not to.
Oh yeah.
I don't want to be rude. But I was like,
part of the custom.
I would like to be able to go home at some point. I'm still fine. I was responsible with my drinking. I cut off at the right time. I know how to count. I've done that for years. And so I got out there and I forgot. The food truck that used to be there isn't there anymore.
Oh, the food truck was delicious.
Yes, it was. However, they took a step up.
Ooh.
Jim Bob's Barbecue is out there.
Oh.
And apparently they've got a working kitchen that they're running it from.
Yeah.
And
and that's a permanent thing now, right?
It is a permanent thing.
Food there now. That's his.
It's all logoed out on everything. It's a big deal.
That is awesome.
They win.
And so they've got the pork, they've got the brisket. I got a sandwich that was pork and brisket. Oh my God. They bring your table, they bring you a deal of like 6 different bottles of sauce for different types of things. And they have a hot barbecue sauce that it's so good. And it starts burning you after a while. I got the green, the jalapeno cornbread. Oh, homemade cornbread like that. Wow. Oh, it's so good. Great. And since this is just before St. Patrick's Day, I'll just use an Irish term. It's great soak. It's used to, you basically do that. It takes care of a lot of the alcohol that you're drinking at the same time. It's really good that way. Anyway, JR was out there. He was doing his stuff, and he was doing his originals. He was doing covers. He's
Wow.
added a new cover that he apparently used to do and then quit doing. I've never heard him do it before. A song by Blake Shelton called "The Boys Down Here."
Oh wow.
And he does it in such a way. He sits there and plays, and then everything stops. All the sound stops, and he's hitting a drum beat on the guitar. Then he starts playing again, and there's something so cool about that because he took a song by somebody else and change it up, and that's exciting for me. That's why I'm kind of excited about a couple of people who are working on some of my originals.
Yeah.
But there's something really, really exciting about originals for me, and the fact that you guys have these, and I haven't. Well, at one point I hadn't heard anything. It's really excited me, the idea to hear this, and to let everybody on the show hear it as well is going to be awesome. So yeah, I don't know if you want to start with original, if you want to start with warming up with a cover, whatever makes you happy.
I got one that's real easy that I found the other day, and I forgot how easy it is. So
Cool.
I did bring around my trusty drum machine today.
Yes, I better turn you on there, so to speak. We will see how this works.
So this is like a big integral part of my writing. I start thinking of a song, and because I write in. Ready? Gotcha. All right, that's cool.
Cool, that works. I love this thing, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a little drum machine and a start-stop pedal, and
Yeah.
it's
And your pedal is a little more advanced. It's the Boss, which is kind of a nicer brand. And then your actual drum machine is what a lot of people would consider to be a kind of a lower level.
Level, yeah.
It's the Alesis, but the Alesis brand has been coming on really strong lately.
I used to have a Boss one, but it died on me. Like when it got cold, I got to a gig one time over at Luna Rosa, the pizzeria,
the pizza place,
and it wouldn't turn on. And I was like, "Why won't you turn on?" So I was sitting there going, trying to heat it up, and then I heated it up, and it finally turned on. I was like,
"Oh no!"
Oh, so I couldn't turn it off.
You're walking over to the kitchen. Can I use your oven for a second?
Right?
Yeah, this turned out to be, it was kind of the cheaper brand when you couldn't afford the high end stuff. And they've gained such a name. Their drum stuff, whether it be something like this or their electronic drum sets, they're doing gangbusters.
Heck, I actually prefer this one to the Boss that I had.
That's awesome.
I can. It's so easy to just make a beat, and then I have everything all programmed in here, like you can with any other drum machine. But I was going through just changing the snare on this doo-wop that. This little doo-wop beat that I was doing.
Yeah.
And oh my God, I was there for 30 minutes because there's so many different snares, and I had to pull out a notebook and write down a couple to be like, okay, so this, and this are the best ones, and I finally found it. And
yeah.
So this little thing's awesome. But it's a big part of how I write songs. So I start thinking of a song, and the first thing I start thinking is, what kind of drum beat do I want it to be? What kind of song? That's how I determine what song it's going to be.
Right.
And so then I'll sit there and I'll find the drum beat and the tempo, and then I'll start finding my chords, and then I'll try to fit whatever lines I have written down into all that. Sometimes it's a line, and then I have to fit the music around it, but the drum beat's always like the most integral to everything. So
cool. Yeah, this portion of Tech Talk is brought to you by Alesis. Seriously, if Alesis wants to send us some money for this, they're more than welcome to.
Yeah, we'll talk about line 6 in a minute. If that's the case.
Oh God, forget that. We're gonna go straight for sure. We know they got money. We'll steer clear of Pile because they'll send us a gift card for Starbucks.
Yeah.
Whatever guitars we play.
There we go.
All right.
Well, maybe you two. Mine is a low end cheapy guitar.
No.
It's a good sound, but I do kind of want to get into it at some point, talking about some of our smart ass listeners who when I send them a link, decide to make me feel dumb because they've been listening for 5 minutes already. Well, I don't know that. If I'd looked over and saw the number on the screen, I would have known that, but I didn't know that. So I'm going to send you. I'm going to self-promote every chance I get.
That's funny.
Hey, do it.
But this is cool. So we get to hear
let's have some fun.
not only your new stuff, maybe some covers. Is this going to be a new one, or is this going to be a cover that you're doing?
This is actually one of the oldest originals that I've ever wrote. It was like one of the first songs I wrote, and I was like, I like this. Maybe I can pull this writing stuff off. And so I went back, and I've just over the years been trying to kind of smooth it over. Every time I get reminded of originals, I'll be going through the list and I go, oh yeah, I know that one. I wrote that one. That's not a bad one. So we'll see how it comes out, I guess.
And because some people get anal about it, I've been scolded for not saying what my originals are and what the titles are. What's the title of it?
This one is called Back Home, and it's a blues one.
By Truman Provencio.
Yes.
Oh, I never thought I'd ever hear that. This feels cool.
Copyright NTM.
Yeah.
I never thought I'd be this nervous to do one of my songs. I can play anyone else's songs all day. All right. I guess it'd help if I had the lyrics. Well, there was a girl I used to call my baby. One more time. Sorry, I'm still waking everything up.
Yes.
Please forgive me.
We've already experienced it this morning.
Somebody's used to being asleep at this time.
Yes, very much so. I'm a musician, bro. I was even in the wrong key, see? Well, there was a girl I used to call my baby, but that was so very long ago. And the way she hurt me's got me thinking maybe the music's the only love I've ever known. Mama said there'd be pretty faces that do me badly, and there will be loving girls I know. But if ever I find myself all alone, I know the music's there to call me home. Well, like a good fight, it's easy to see, but called a real go-getter, but she's getting me between her lines. I think I'll take a chance on the street. Mama said there'd be pretty faces that do me badly, and there will be loving girls I know. But if ever I find myself all alone, I know the music's there to call me home. Then there'd be a little solo. Mama said there'd be pretty faces that do me badly, and there will be loving girls I know. But if ever I find myself all alone, I know the music's there to call me home.
That's awesome, man.
Very cool.
Something like that. Huh?
Yeah, something like that.
It usually takes a second to remember my own stuff. So.
Mhm.
Yeah. By the way, since it's not actually on the screen, but it's on my text from one of our listeners, Diana.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Who I think everybody here's met her now.
Mm-hmm.
Have you met her? You still haven't met her.
I don't think so.
You're still not sure she's real.
Yeah. I keep hearing, she's coming. We'll see her. She's supposed to come by. And then he's his imaginary friend.
She wrote, says, "Hey, Truman, starting out the morning like this is way better than your make me want to shoot myself songs." You know, if you don't start the day with a certain amount of depression, where can you go from there?
Shots
I mean,
fired.
if you're at rock bottom, it makes it easier to crawl out.
Yeah.
It's hard to crawl up when you start out
We start
with
out
this.
up there. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I think my whole day's ruined. So, I mean, what am I going to do now? I might as well just start drinking now. I'll start celebrating St. Patrick's a day early.
I started my own song in the wrong key, bro. I think you're perfect.
Don't you hate that you're halfway through the song going, why doesn't this feel right? Oh, that's why. Like when you forget to put the capo on.
Oh, yeah.
This is wrong. Something's wrong here. I know it.
Oh,
I can
yeah.
feel it.
Oh, my favorite thing that I've been doing here lately, and I don't know why, but I'll get up and especially if I'm sitting there and give us a sound check, okay, and so I figure, hey, you know what? I'll just play a D. D is nice and easy, and I'll play a D. Ooh, why is that so bad? Well, because stupid, you put your fingers in the completely wrong place instead of, And I'm just like, really?
Oh, yeah.
What the hell is wrong with me?
Oh, yeah.
I caution everyone that I don't actually know what I'm doing. I just play music, and as soon as anyone who I play with finds out I don't actually know what I'm doing, I'm probably fired. So I better put on a show.
Yeah, well, but let's face it. People don't hire the clowns in America to sing Pavarotti. They hire them to take a pie in the face. So and
Or to sit in a congressional seat.
Well, there is that. And sometimes you hire a guitarist to I don't know, fling his glasses across the stage.
You mean you're not supposed to do that? I thought that was part of the criteria.
I still love it when my wife tells me she was at the mall and she goes, she sees somebody playing and goes, that looks like Truman. And all of a sudden she starts singing. She goes, that's Truman.
I remember I was sitting there jamming out and I was getting all into it. And I look up and I see your wife walking by and I go like that and she doesn't notice me. And then after I do my little nod, she looks up and just goes, and so I sit there and I give all the tensions on her and do the whole little thing. She goes and like walks off.
Oh my God. Very cool.
Yeah, my granddaughter was with her. Who's that? That's one of Grandpa's friends. Oh. I was going, wait a second. Should I be? I'm like, wait a second.
Well, I'm kind of excited about what you said just before I went on the air. You're talking about coming out after your gig on Saturday to tomorrow for open mic, just to hang out if nothing else. And you're talking about bringing your granddaughter.
I know.
And
both
usually that means that adorable little thing that man, she's the sweetest thing. Yeah, she's coming.
She's
but
probably
you're talking about the other one.
Yeah,
the little bitty baby.
We've started taking the Nia, the 3-week-old granddaughter. We took her to church on Sunday, and she slept right through the whole thing. I thought, is this going to be too loud for her? And praise and worship was bumping, and I'm looking at her to see if she starts and slept through the whole thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's a good sign.
That's a resilient. But when our pastor started talking, she started moving a little bit, woke up, and her eyes kind of opened. And our pastor started talking, and she kind of had that look like, what's that? She was like totally captivated by it. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, don't tell your pastor that. It'll just inflate his ego too much.
Yeah. And then when you're walking through church with a new baby, you just can't make it out the door. You get stopped constantly.
Right.
What a cute baby.
Because it's funny, because just 2 weeks before that, my daughter was with us. So people saw my daughter with us, and she was, pregnant. And all of a sudden they see us with a little baby. And it's like, the really cool part is when they look at us and go, they look at Kathy and they look at the baby and they're like, okay, you weren't pregnant last week. And they go, this is our granddaughter. Oh, really? You guys don't look old enough to be grandparents. Thank you. My daughter hates that. One time she got mad, and when somebody said, oh, you don't look old enough to be grandparents. Well, we're not. This is our daughter. And she's like, I don't know why people keep saying that. Y'all are old.
It's kind of like that. It's kind of like that Progressive commercial. Looks more and more like Dad all the time. Dad is old. Really? Since we brought it up, we might as well just go into it.
Yeah.
Stuff that's going on in the area. Starting off with BJ Ramirez.
I will be at NM Vintage Market there on
Saturday.
Avenida de Mesilla, Saturday from noon to 3. I will not be the only one playing around town, because it is the Mesilla Valley Music Fest.
Yes.
And we are doing a St. Patrick's Day like celebration kind of thing. So look out. It's going to be bumping everywhere.
Nice.
I got a notice that actually one of the regulars, that doesn't even have to do with the Music Fest directly. One of the regulars at Rio Grande Winery is coming back. She's been gone for a couple of weeks. Jessica Flores is going to be coming back.
That's a name we haven't heard in a while.
I still got to go check her out because everybody loves her.
Yeah.
And I've seen some video and very impressive. She'll be there Saturday starting at 6.
Rio Grande Winery.
At Rio Grande Winery.
Okay.
Nice.
So basically you could have your Saturday.
Oh.
You could kill a Saturday.
Oh yeah.
And be careful what you order from which places.
I know.
Yeah. Start with you
Start me at noon
at Vintage Market.
Yep.
Go over to Amaro for open mic. Then go to Rio Grande Winery.
Yep.
And then go home and collapse because you're going to be dead.
Because at NM Vintage Market, not only do they have wines and some beers, but they have gelato.
Yes.
And sherbets from NMSU. So
yes,
that's some good stuff, man.
So
It is. And it's going to be a beautiful day.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be hopefully it holds out 75 and clear. Last time it rained when I got there and cleared up after a while. I started an hour late.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's supposed to be a really nice day. So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah. Scott Jasmine is going to be playing at the Boneyard this Saturday at 6.
Oh.
So that's cool. Scott is very cool. And it's neat to see more music coming to the Boneyard.
Yeah.
I hated it. I don't like making choices. I want to have everything that I want.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, Leo Garner was playing this Saturday at Boneyard as well. I have told him, and I'm going to tell him again. Let me know the next time you're playing somewhere. I will be there. That was like, man, I got to make a choice. Well, I already told JR, and I can't go back and forth. So yeah. Also Rio Grande Winery, this Sunday at 4.
Ooh.
And I want to see exactly what this means because they don't say. Guitar Slim duo.
Ooh.
Yeah,
I don't know who he's playing with.
I don't know, but we're just gonna have to go find out because that guy is so much fun.
And he plays with everybody.
Guy's so much. Oh, he is.
I've heard a lot.
I went and he had me come up and play, and I started playing Overkill, Men at Work, my Men at Work tune, and he was just soloing over it. It went like a good 8 minutes, and even my wife, who was tired of that song, looks at me and goes, if he's playing with you, I'll listen to that song every day.
Yeah.
He just started noodling over it and I kept playing. It was fun. He is a blast. You got to go see him.
That's awesome. I've heard a lot about him.
He's a great guy.
Oh, he's awesome.
He's great.
And man, the way he plays a crowd.
Yeah.
Be aware, if you go to see him, Truman, you're going to come out of there with equipment envy.
Yeah.
Because I've seen you with your guitar corded into the system and you're out there dancing and playing with people. He does the same thing, except he's got the wireless. So you're going to be like, ooh, I could do even more of that. If you're into the whole car scene, also Cruises Cars and Coffee is now regular again. Pan Am Plaza this Sunday, 8:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to be getting out there. And I see a couple of names I recognize is going to be out there, including one that needs to come back on the show with us with some puppies. Hint, hint.
I am so terrible at the whole marketing stuff. And I think I actually have a gig this Sunday at Salud de Messia from 12 to 3. So,
Very cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
So just anyone who's listening who wants to check that out.
Yeah.
And
very cool.
Because I'll get that up there on Facebook probably today. I'm terrible at getting it up for the show for you guys.
Yeah, you definitely need to get it up early enough.
Yes.
Sparky's Barbecue and Hatch is going to be having back the Rockabilly Strangers, sort of. I don't know if they're going to have a drummer. Apparently, this is an issue right now. They're looking for a permanent drummer. So they're making do, and they've apparently had drafted some people here locally to play with them. Okay. But right now, it's they've been playing the Strangers as a duo. Chris on guitar, the other guy whose name I never can remember on the upright bass.
Oh, that's right.
And the two of them together, they're awesome. Anyway, I haven't heard them playing just the two of them, but I really want to because man, they're just incredibly talented. Of course, today, Wednesday at Amaro Winery, starting at 7, is their karaoke.
Very fun.
Then we have open mic tonight at the Little Toad, 8 to 10. Yeah. That's Damian Luna's.
Nice.
Then, of course, on Saturday, 2 to 5, open mic over there tomorrow with their new sangria. And,
got to do that.
Yeah. And, of course, but Mondays they have open mic at Vintage Wines.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Ted Scanlon and the Desperados are going to be at Rio Grande Winery this Friday at 5. For St. Patrick's Day, love this. Dave Olguin is going to be playing at Picacho Peak Brewing. Oh. Dave is awesome. And we're talking about getting him on the show. We may have to be doing something a little bit different time-wise.
Yeah.
But we'll figure out how to get that done.
Yeah.
I think I've been following him on Instagram. I've been seeing a lot of his stuff popping up.
He's just such an awesome guy. Yeah. He was co-running the first open mic I ever went to over at Icebox.
That's awesome.
Him and Adrian Batista. And that was
fun.
For me, they set the standard on how an open mic should be run. So I basically judge any open mic I go to by how they ran theirs. And I kind of get the feeling that they ran theirs in a way that some people kind of look as it's a little clumsy and amateur. I loved the way they did it. It was so inclusive and so warm. And
it was just very not informal, but relaxed.
Mm-hmm.
It was very relaxed and a lot of fun.
Yeah, it kind of felt like this show does. Yeah. Just hang out, bring your guitar, play a little. The Cosmic Strays are going to be playing at Amaro Winery this Friday at 7.
Nice.
So, yeah. Where is this? 2461 Calle Principal. I'm not sure which location that is. Mm-hmm. You guys need to work better at this stuff because I don't know the addresses. This is part of the Experience Music Messia Festival. Mm-hmm. The Cast Outs are going to be playing Friday, 7:30 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. The Cast House and Taylor Paul.
Ooh, nice.
And Taylor's awesome. I get a little jealous when I watch him play. Yeah. But man, you just lose yourself in it. Yeah. And I've been watching some of his online videos. He's been putting them up on the Facebook Live. And
he's some on Instagram too.
Is he on Instagram as well? Yeah. I'm just getting the hang of Instagram. Yeah. I've had so little use for Instagram. I was looking at I've had it for about 3 years, and I posted once.
Yeah, I use it for nails.
I've got way over 100 followers for a place that I posted once.
Yeah.
But I've actually changed my Instagram up a little bit.
Yeah.
So it's no longer my name that's on there. It's now boy, this is just it still feels a little embarrassing to say. It feels like I'm just getting full of myself. And I'm really trying not to. But New Boot Country is the name of it on there. New Boot Music, I mean. Yeah. And
you're fashioning your persona, bro.
You're allowed to that's like I was telling BJ last week. It's kind of what it feels like is a new pair of boots. They're not quite comfortable yet, but it's not like you don't like them.
Yeah,
you're just trying to get used to that feel on your heel. So yeah, my music is chafing my heel. Salsa night this Saturday at Amaro Winery. That'll be 7:30. So it's about 2.5 hours after open mic is over. They're keeping stuff going. And by the way, will hopefully still have some sangria left. We'll see if I leave them any. Boneyard Cantina is doing the St. Patty's Day pub crawl downtown Las Cruces. Join us Thursday at Boneyard. Erin's Green Light Beer. Really? Light beer? I got to talk to her. Will be available on guest taps downtown, and a portion of the proceeds will go to MD Anderson Cancer Center to further cancer research. Collect a sticker from each participating location and receive a free pint glass. Soul Shine, who I really want to get them on this show. I'm friends with their drummer Rico, really good guy and really interesting with what he does for a living. Be really cool to get them on. But Soulshine will be performing at the Boneyard 6 to 9, and so apparently they're going to set up. We've got a bunch of bars. Well, we don't have any bars. We have breweries.
Yeah, that's what we have.
Let's be clear.
Brew pubs.
And it looks like they're going to be involved in this. It's kind of cool. In the middle of Las Cruces, New Mexico, we're going to have a pub crawl. So that ought to be interesting. Icebox on Picacho is doing their speed trivia tomorrow at 7. That's always kind of cool. Sip and Paint at Amaro tomorrow. That's Thursday at 6 p.m. And they're going to be doing kind of a Shamrock picture thing going on. Karaoke tomorrow night at the Little Toad Creek. If you want to go to Amador Patio Bar and Grill, they're doing St. Patrick's Day Midget Wrestling Warriors. I've been dying to announce that one.
Wow.
Just because of the name. I honestly, I don't know. I don't know. Green beer, midget wrestling, door prizes, everything in between. I'm not sure exactly what qualifies as in between green beer, midget wrestling, and door prizes.
Is that like everything?
I think it's got to be like everything.
Wow.
$15 cover to get in. Ringside tables are available. Irish menu and cocktails. So, if you want to get a reservation, number is 575-541-7417. I'll wait 2 seconds while you guys pull pencils if you want to. Otherwise, you're going to have to listen to the show again to get it again. The number again, 575-541-7417. And that's Amador Patio Bar and Grill. That's tomorrow starting at 4. Midget wrestling. I just have to say it one more time.
Okay. Okay. Moving on.
I just okay. Yeah, whatever. High Desert Brewing for St. Patty's is going to be Travis James Manning.
Cool.
Coming out there and playing.
Nice.
And if you've never heard him, you need to hear him. He's awesome. See if I can coax him to come on the show. Turns out he's a regular viewer. I didn't realize it until I got some comments from last week's show and some really nice comments about my music from several of our local artists that apparently tune in. And thank you guys. It means a lot.
That's great.
That's awesome. Man. You write some cool songs, bro, and it's cool to. I'm glad that I told you there's your number one, and then another number one, or at least a number 2. There you go. Yeah,
I try not to do number 2s on stage as a rule. But I'll number 1 all day on a stage.
That's the case. They're all number 1, bro. Okay.
And at this, I think that BJ is going to be retiring. He's going to be quitting the show because I think I just crossed lines with him that you cannot come back from.
Wow. Okay.
Status Crows. Let me say it right. Are going to be playing at Little Toad Creek Brewing this Friday at 8. I don't know who these guys are, although I swear I've seen them somewhere. They look really, really familiar.
Agreed.
Okay.
But I don't know where from.
Me either.
Here, I'll show you guys too. You're not going to be able to see it.
Yeah, it's okay.
And I'm too tired to get up today. I'm not walking to the camera.
St. Patrick's week, bro.
Yeah. You guys can take bets on whether or not I'm still sober or not. This Sunday at 10:30 a.m., Icebox Brewing is going to be doing Pints and Pilates.
There you go. That's
dangerous. But okay.
Yeah. $10 will get you in the door and a pint of beer. Bring your mat, water bottle, and towel. Pilates and beer.
Do you get an
that's
extra pint if you break something? How does this work?
I don't know.
Last one staying up in the pose wins. That's a drinking game all its own.
I don't know, but I kind of want to do. I kind of want to do whiskey and Zumba now. If we're gonna do this, let's just make it as dangerous as possible.
Okay.
Here's a place I don't get to talk about very often. They've been flying under the radar, but they have been open, and they've been having some bands come out.
Yeah.
Whiskey Dicks here in Las Cruces.
Okay.
Going to be doing a St. Patrick's Day deal over there. Green boots and beer. I don't think you have to wear boots that are green to get in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but doors open at 6. They say to wear green. That's a little offensive to us Protestants. I wear orange.
You were on a roll today.
You ever had one of those weeks? It's like, it's been an eventful week,
Okay.
and I've got a bunch of smart aleck just coming out of me. Cruces Creatives. They've always got different events, and we talk about some as they come up. Some I don't see, some I just don't bring up because we don't have time or whatever, and it gets a little confusing. They are doing costuming for beginners. This Saturday, 10 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Saturday, April 2nd, and Saturday, April 16th, they'll be doing it as well. And they wrote down here, do you enjoy playing dress up? Have you ever wanted to go to a Renaissance fair or your favorite convention in costume? Have an idea for a great outfit but can't figure out how to start it? If you have no skills in sewing or fabrication yet want to learn, if you're ready to get going on a new skill or you want to update skills you haven't used in a while, we'll be covering the basics of sewing, fitting, and finishing in this ongoing course.
Nice.
Yolanda, the instructor, has been a costume designer and fabricator for 10 years. She started sewing at 10 years old, or for 12 years. She started sewing at 10 years old and designed her first outfit at 16. So this could be kind of cool.
That is
sounds
really
fun.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. Not that I know anything about cosplay.
I know nothing.
It's not like I've ever worn
I know
a costume or let somebody let an artist draw me in said costume.
my oldest son, he's drag queen. He designs all of his own costumes and creates them.
That's
so
it's an
art.
Skill.
It's a skill and an art. So
my little brother's pretty good at that.
Yeah.
There was one Halloween where I don't know if any of you know of the comic or anime Berserk.
I don't know what I should say. Yes, I know it.
Yes,
but come on. I know you know it.
But the main dude in there is his name is Guts, and he's just some rowdy dude. He has like a 8-foot sword.
Oh, wow.
And my little brother fabricated the whole sword to scale.
Oh my gosh.
And he even had like shoulder pads and stuff he made out of tires and football stuff and everything, and it was all Mad Maxed out of it. Happy birthday to him, by the way. Happy birthday, Corbin.
Yeah. Happy birthday.
Definitely. Cruces Creatives is also doing Thursday the 17th and Thursday the 24th basics of 3D printing.
Oh, okay.
So cool. If you're interested in what they're doing, I would get a hold of Cruces Creatives.
They're doing a lot.
They're doing quite a bit. If you get a hold of them, you can get all their information. You can either give them a call or and I don't have the number here, but you can Google it. You can also go to crucescreatives.org, or you can find them on Facebook. And they're doing quite a bit of stuff. They've got different people teaching different things, and it's kind of cool. This Saturday at 2 in El Paso, Rock House Dive Bar kitchen venue. I don't normally talk about El Paso, but every once in a while there's something that catches my eye, and this is one of them. They are going to have tributes going on. I assume tribute bands from what? Yes. Mm-hmm. Love Drive and Walk in the Shadows. Tribute bands for the Scorpions and Queensryche.
Oh, wow.
Whoa.
That's cool.
That
is very cool.
That is.
DHLS Combs are going to be doing their wine social club, club member exclusive tomorrow at 4 p.m.
Yeah.
And I think Dallas David Ochoa is going to be playing at NM Vintage Market this Friday at 3. Kickoff to Get Lucky Music Fest. So yeah, he'll be there. I think that's day one.
That's day one. Friday.
Nice.
And Dallas David is just he's awesome.
Yeah.
I know I say that a lot because, quite frankly, almost anybody who performs down here, I'm going to say they're awesome.
Yeah.
We have some of the
We got a
best
lot of good
performers.
We got a lot of great musicians out here.
And some of them even come in and play for us.
Yeah.
Some play some of their originals when they
Yeah.
come in. And one of those that happens to come in and play originals has a guitar in front of him right now.
Yeah. So it's been too long.
And before my voice
Before
drops,
he comes in with more of his wild
or my voice drops to PBS level because
okay.
I felt my voice starting to soften up a little, and we don't want to go to that voice level.
I'm ready falling asleep. Bro.
Yeah, tell me about it.
All right, let's hear it.
Let's hear another one, man.
All righty. So, when we're gonna totally flip the script here a little bit, and yeah, this is a sad song. I don't even know what I wrote this song, what I was thinking when I wrote this one. It's called Remain, and it's really fucking sad. So bear with me. It's completely different, Randy.
It's really what?
Fit in just fine.
It's really. There we go. See, completely different.
That's a
thing.
sad beat, yeah.
Many years I know I wandered without you, and I hold you in my dream till I see you once again. Too short I need you, what you told me still remains, and I know you'll be proud of the man that I became. First time I felt held by a girl with poison veins. Since I found myself on my feet, I will remain. Yes, I wonder where you are. I know it's easier to see. I finally found out who I am. Found out who I'm supposed to be. Key to loose my shackles chains. Though you're gone, through me will remain. Every night they say it's darkest before dawn. I've been lost in the dark. Learn to carry on. Feel I fail, but I learn from my mistakes. Between the bullshit and the lies, it's all I have to take. As I wonder where you are, I know it's easier to see. I finally found out who I am. Found out who I'm supposed to be. Key to loose my shackles chains. Though you're gone, with me you shall remain. something like that. I don't. I'm still learning how to sing that one, so please forgive me. That was awful.
No,
But I
yeah.
at least got through it. It's a start.
Yeah.
I'm getting them out here. That's
Yeah.
the point
Yeah.
of today, I reckon.
Yes, absolutely. Exactly. I did notice something while you were playing, and BJ and I are both doing it. We're not looking at you. we're kind of looking down. We're listening, but we're not looking at you. And I was like, oh. And I realized I think you're doing this for the same reason I am. You don't want to put that extra pressure on him as he's playing these things because this is new for you.
This is 100% new. I'm still learning my own songs. You know what I mean? Like, I wrote these, but I've been so busy with gigs and doing this full time. And before, back when I wrote these, had a full-time job and I was a full-time student. And I never had time to do anything when I would go play music.
Right.
I would have to practice all of my covers. So this is my first time ever getting these out. So please forgive me. I know none of them sound very good right now, but I'm working on. I want to try to refine these, and this is a real confidence boost. Like I said, I haven't been this nervous to come play a song since I was.
I love that.
Since I started, pretty much, you know.
Yeah. Once you get past that, it's like for you and I, it's like we don't know what stage fright is like, and then when you find something that gives you that nervousness, it's like starting over again. It can kind of boost you a little bit.
Yeah.
I think it's definitely
give you
thing.
that boost. Like I remember the first time I got on stage and sang a solo, I was scared, and then as soon as I finished, I was like, "Oh, that was easy." And I've never been nervous since. I've been anxious.
Yeah,
I'm the one that's sitting there going, "Come on, hurry up! What time is it? Let's go!"
I'm gonna be curious the first time you play one of your originals.
Which will
be that calm.
Which will be here. I will do that here.
Nice.
Instead of out, because that's just. I think it's just a more inclusive kind of thing.
Yeah.
But
this is kind of like a home base for you. So.
Yeah, because I've been pushed to do that, and I think that's something that I need to do because. I say there's a few. I picked up another song that I started doing because it just entered my head and I didn't realize how easy it was. And I was in there going, and so of course I'm, kind of changing the tempo a little bit. So I was like, I got to write my own stuff so that I can just go ahead and do it the way I want to, because I do that with a lot of songs. I'll do it the way I want to. And like, I should just make my own.
Yeah.
Sometimes I totally hear that because like I'll learn a song. I go, I like how they do it, but let's push that tempo, throw a little more distortion on it. Let's do this and that.
It's for me. I remember being with this. I was playing with this band, and we were playing Cocaine.
Ooh.
And the guitar player halfway through stopped, and he goes, "Dude, I'm bored, and I'm the one playing it."
Yeah.
So we changed it. It sounded nothing like the original by the time we were done. But it was more fun. So I was like, that's when I thought you don't have to do it that way. You can do it a different way. And that's what I try to do a little bit. And so I was like, I'll listen to a song enough to know it and then stop listening to it so that I don't keep going back to, well, that's the way they did it.
Right.
Yeah. I love the way that you do a lot of the songs that you cover. Because like I'll be walking by and I'm like, that's Alice in Chains. Whoa, I didn't know you do that one. That's a cool one.
Yeah. It's just I learned that a long time ago, and I'm glad I that this guy, we had that moment because that's when it told me just do it the way you want to.
Yeah.
Give it your flair to it, like you do.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Who headbangs to Johnny Cash? Him.
Yeah.
I keep getting asked that.
I know.
Like. That I never really noticed it until just a couple months ago. I think consecutively, I've had people go, "I know you could headbang the Johnny Cash." I was like, "Was I? I didn't even know."
Yeah. And what's really cool was it's not the fact that you're playing it heavy metal style. You're just the vibe of it is different. You're still playing the song the way it's recognized, but there's a different feel to it when you play it that way. That's what's really cool about it is that you recognize the song. But there's something, just an added vibe, an added feel, something that's different. That's what's really cool.
Yeah, if anybody wants to hear an exact replica, that's where you go to a DJ.
Yeah.
But even I've kind of figured that out with some stuff. About a couple of weeks back at I think it was just last week. I think it was. That was one of
They're all running together, huh?
Yeah, they're all running together.
You play some Pretty Reckless.
I played Pretty Reckless in the middle of it. I added a Brothers Osborne song that I do not play. It does not sound like the original song because besides the fact that it's two guitarists that are really good together, it's a lead guitarist that's amazingly good. But I basically found the main elements of the song and used those and left everything else, just threw it all on the floor because like there's no way. And made it just fun to play. It's the only song that I play any of it without a pick.
That's awesome.
Because I was surprised it caught people's attention. I'm sitting there just humming at the beginning and just hitting a single chord, and people start paying attention. I was like, I'm not doing anything yet. But it doesn't take much to change something up and get somebody's attention
at all, dude.
You know this because the first song that you ever played when you came on this show was You're Down Under, and I was just like, oh my god,
they didn't even know I could play. They were like, I met Daisy I was coming on to talk about my nail business, and I had Daisy come down and I did her nails so that she can do a firsthand discussion about it. And we started talking, and I have a guitar hanging in my nail studio. So we started talking about that. She goes, well, bring your guitar. And I'm thinking, well, she hasn't even heard me. Okay.
Oh, we would roll the dice all the time. And you see, we still do that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We did that. We've done it. And
coming up snake eyes with me today, bro.
No.
Not even close.
We'll talk later. But yeah, because I started playing, I look up and they were like, as soon as I started playing the chords, they're like, oh, okay, he can. And I started singing. I got through the first verse. I look and they had this look on their face like, I don't know. It was a combination of wow and thank God.
Yeah, you missed the looks we were exchanging between the two of us.
Oh yeah,
because we're just like, we were kind of holding our breath. If we had been sitting closer, we probably would have been holding hands tightly.
Because when I walked in, that's right. When I walked in, I had my guitar with you. Oh, you brought a guitar.
The hesitation.
And we'd already had the conversation like the night before off the air about, well, he says he can play. And I says, well, did you hear him? No. Okay, how bad can it be? We'll just keep, if nothing else, we'll get him back on his nails.
Yeah, exactly.
I remember the first time I saw you, I walked in and you started playing Land Down Under. I was like, oh my boy, I don't even know you yet, but we're gonna meet. We're meeting when you're done.
Oh yeah.
That's it's funny because that was my favorite song when I was a kid.
I love that song.
And I downloaded the chords and I tried to play it. And I could, it's like when I played it, it was like, I tried to do it the way I remember it and it sounded stupid.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm like, how can I change? And I figured, forget it. I'll go back to this later. And then I pulled up a video of Colin Hay doing acoustically. And I was like, that's it.
Yeah.
And then,
and
that went on to other songs too. So it's
I love playing that with you.
Oh yeah.
Thank you whenever you have me play that one with you.
We did that at Little Toad not too long ago.
Oh, that was so much
fun.
And
like that's when my vertigo kicked back in, and I'm like, okay, but yeah, it was a good. Before that, it was good.
If I'm ever on stage, you start falling, just grab me, bro. I got you. I'll probably go down with you, but it's all right.
But yeah, it's just, and that's great about when you're playing a song that you really like, and then of course you make it kind of give it your own taste to it, your own feel to it. You hear that all the time. I had a friend of mine whose band did a few songs, and I'm like, then I heard them on the radio going, I like theirs version better.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I have my big brother up in Mescalero. He's a drummer, and Counting Blue Cars by Dishwalla.
Oh my god.
The first time I ever heard that song, we were jamming it, and I was on bass, and it was him and our other friend Beeve, with Raymond, who was playing, and they rock it. They rock everything up, and I was like, "What song is that? That was so cool." And he goes, "Oh, it's Counting Blue Cars," and I looked it up, and I go, "You win.
Yeah,
you win. No, your version's way better than anything I've ever heard." So.
Absolutely. And actually, I need to send you some a chord progression.
Ooh,
because we kind of messed around here recently with a song that I introduced you to a band called The Reckless, little Canadian country band.
I enjoyed that band a lot.
Yeah.
I
They do this great song called I Wish You Were Beer.
Oh.
It is, yeah. It's just a little bit snarky and mean without being super snarky and mean. I mean,
perfect amount of backhand.
Yeah.
Good.
There used to be a band that toured, and they broke up. Unless I heard they're completely broken up at this point. It was called Dean Seltzer and the Redneck Mothers. I have a recording because they were selling their CDs. That was the big thing at the time. They came down to play at the Stampede when the Stampede was still open. And they came down and I bought this album because, man, the music is so good. But they had one song they could not play until after 10 o'clock at the Stampede. They would not let them play it during their early set, only during their late set. Name of the song was Loving You ... And that's the way it was spelled out. The full title of the song, and I will use the letter. Loving You is the dumbest thing I've ever effing done. That's great. That is the meanest song I've ever heard. So yeah, I Wish You Were Beer. It comes out kind of just fun.
It reminds me of Terry Bradshaw in the NFL. He made a comment about a team or whatever, and he apologized for it. And he said, "It turned out to be the dumbest phrase I've ever uttered since the words, 'Will you marry me?'"
Oh, no.
I've got to hear that.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
There was a band a friend of mine turned me on to. Not turned me on, but he played this song called Ailstorm. And you recognize it because there's a song they did. It was, you got to hear it. I'm not even going to try it, but it's just funny stuff.
Oh my God.
It's a great heavy metal song, like hair metal style type, really good. But man, it was just funny.
Ailstorm?
Ailstorm. Yeah. And it's where the chorus goes, "We are here to steal your beer and take your rum at the point of a gun." But it's like the video's great. It's set back in the old, like, Pirates of the Caribbean time.
Mm-hmm.
And they crash this dinner party and everybody's free and the guests are all freaking out. But by the end of the video, they're all partying together. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, but you got to try that. It's just funny stuff.
Cool. I'll have to look them up.
Yeah. It was great.
And of course, as we're getting right up against St. Pat's Day, a few months back, one of my favorite bands released an album. If you haven't heard it, this is a good time to pull it up. It's on all your streaming services. It's a new album by the Dropkick Murphys.
Oh, they released a new one?
Oh,
nice.
It is amazingly good. There's a bunch of songs I was like, man, I want to play these, but no, they're too rocky. There's no way I could even keep up, and I don't play that kind of a guitar. So
I had learned Kiss Me.
Oh my God.
A long time ago.
Sixpence None the Richer. Yeah.
I've heard it.
Behind the Bearded Barley.
I've heard that one before.
Oh, this is a different one.
Yeah.
I'd have to listen to that one. I have to listen to that one.
There's a song I'm not allowed to play anymore. She Didn't Know by the Tragically Hip. It's an old Canadian band.
Oh God, yeah.
I'm not allowed to play that song anymore. My wife was like, "You're kidding, right?" Right after we come out of the pandemic and everybody's depressed. This is about a girl who goes from the suburbs, the high society side, and then she goes down to the downtown and kind of finds out. The chorus goes, "She didn't know the barrel was loaded." Basically, you see how cool things are, but you don't know there's a lot more to it. And so the gun is fun, but it's like she didn't know the barrel was loaded, which is a metaphor. But she's like, "You can't sing that song."
Oh my God! By the way, the new album by Dropkick Murphys is "We Shall Overcome." Oh no, sorry, no. Turn up the dial. Turn up that dial. Great songs on there. Middle Finger is a really good one. Good as Gold. I Wish You Were Here, which actually, I don't know if I'll be able to, but I've actually pulled up the chord progression on that one. I'm trying. It's a really cool song because it's a little bit harsh edge like their stuff, but it's a ballad and that's really cool. And of course, you've got to listen to the song. Mick Jones Nicked My Pudding.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Yeah. It's It's completely goofy.
Yeah.
And it's basically talking about, how Mick Jones, he came in. I thought it was a big deal. I met him. I thought he was awesome. But he stole my pudding. If anybody doesn't know, Mick Jones is singer-songwriter, co-founder of The Clash.
That's
big name. But yeah, they did this song basically to call him out and have fun with him.
Oh my gosh.
And yeah, the chorus is singing, Mick Jones nicked my pudding, Mick Jones leave my pudding alone. And yeah, it's not a euphemism, it's not a metaphor.
It's just straight up.
Yeah, it's the pudding that was in the fridge, had their name on it, and he took it anyway. So yeah, this is a great time to listen to some drop kicks. Yeah, great time to listen to anything Irish. I've been listening to Wolf Tones the last few days, which, man, if you're comfortable with IRA oriented revolutionary Irish music, they're the band for you.
I say we get, because he's not in town. Tim McGowan, he's not in town, but when he does, we got to just bring him on to do a St. Patrick's Day show, regardless of when it is. Yeah, because that was fun.
Yeah, we're going to do that as soon as he gets back into town. Yeah, Tim Horrigan.
Yeah. Sorry, McGowan. Where'd I get that? Anyway,
Neil.
Horrigan. Anyway.
Yeah.
Tim, what's up?
Yeah, he's actually going to be a deputy of the St. Patrick's Day Parade in Manassas tomorrow.
Yes, that is so
awesome
cool. That is so cool.
So yeah, it would have been great to have him on. He's so much fun, and yeah, as soon as he gets back, we're having a St. Pat's, in whatever month it might be. If you can have, Christmas in July, you
can have St. Patrick's Day whenever.
Yeah, especially since we celebrate it better than the Irish.
Yeah,
the Irish really don't celebrate much of St. Pat's, but yeah, we do.
His wife, it's great. His wife comes to. She's one of my clients, and she comes to great. And right before he left, I looked at Donna. She's great. I was like, "So you're gonna miss him?" She goes, "Eventually."
Eventually, one of these days.
She is awesome.
She's a great lady. I love it when she comes, and we have so much fun. They're a great couple. They're a great couple to hang around.
Oh yeah,
that's
and
awesome.
the sad thing about them not being here is they won't be doing their St. Patrick's Day party.
Yeah,
which is always a blast.
Oh,
I mean, basically, his son will come and cook all the food. His son is a chef, a professional chef, and all the stuff that he made. Yeah. Oh, I could eat it every day until I die, which would probably be about 2 weeks in, because this is not food that's good for you over a long period of time.
It's good for the soul.
Yeah.
He made a stew that he actually marinated the meat in Guinness for several days.
Wow.
And it did not last. It was just so good. Everybody just devoured that stuff. But yeah,
that's great.
Not a whole lot. I think St. Patrick's is going to go by kind of
it's going by kind of quiet this year. But the whole theme of the Mesilla Valley Music Fest this weekend, this Saturday or the weekend, is St. Patrick's Day. So it's kind of a St. Patrick's theme.
Yeah.
So it's going to be fun. But it's just going to be fun, period.
Yeah.
The weather's changing. I actually sat outside and had a cigar last night. That was awesome.
That's cool.
It was great. And I got some good cigars. My humidor is full.
And if anybody wants to come celebrate St. Pat's, just come over tomorrow night to my house.
Yeah,
I'll be breaking out the Bushmills.
Oh man!
If you go on the Twitter feed for Bushmills, by the way, they have an offer right now. Your first drink is on them for St. Pat's. They've got a deal basically. If you send them your receipt for either going to a bar and ordering a drink, or buying a bottle in a package store, they will send you a refund of $6.
Oh my gosh!
So I was like, that's kind of cool. There were a bunch of haters that got on there, and I could not believe there were haters that were getting on there and saying, why would anybody drink that stuff? That's not real Irish. It's like, Bushmill has been made in Ireland since 1609.
It really doesn't matter. You're going to get negativity regardless. There are people out there that
they live for it.
They probably totally agree, but they just have to argue about something. Otherwise, they just can't function.
Yeah.
So, because I've noticed that it's like these there's so many people out there, especially on certain forums. You get on there, and there's always somebody that has to be negative and has to. That's all it is. So you just can't
and actually,
attention to that.
it's Tim Horrigan's fault that I even know that much about Bushmills, because the first time that he came on the show with the two of us,
that's right,
he brought us presents.
He brought him a bottle.
Yeah, you got picks.
I got pick. Yeah, I got some really cool picks. He wasn't sure if I drank. I'm like, Puerto Rican law, but
I got,
and he got a bottle of Bushmills. Yeah, that was cool.
And if you're ever over here and you go into my music room, which is where I do my writing, I have a bottle and a shot glass.
Oh yeah, a bottle among many.
Oh yeah, well I've got all that, but I've got this set separate, so it's within easy reach.
Yeah.
Gotta loosen up to do the country.
You know, it might be a cliche, but there are times if I start getting stuck, take a little drink of Bushmills, and all of a sudden my writing gets a little more lubricated. Mm-hmm. Is that the right word? Yeah, or maybe I'm a little more lubricated. I don't know.
I remember years ago when I was in working with a group of guys, and we were trying to write lyrics, and he's like stuck, and he literally got out, grabbed the bottle. We were like barely 21, grabbed the bottle, poured a couple shots, and then we started. I was like, okay.
Well, you get stuck in your own head sometimes, and you need something. And it could be that. It could be go play a video game for a few minutes. Go turn on Netflix and watch something. Go outside and throw a ball.
I remember years ago.
Hopefully, you'll have somebody to throw it back to you. Otherwise, you're going to be throwing a ball, throwing a ball again, running.
Playing catch with yourself.
Catch with yourself.
There was a time I was trying to learn a song for the production show I was in, and I was having trouble with the part of it. And the more I tried, the worse it got. So I just got my car, went for a drive, and then came back and I nailed it. So it was like, you do have to separate your mind somehow.
Yes. Yeah, and if you get stuck in that place where you're in your own head, you need to get out of that. Yeah. So, that's it. It just seems to work. And it's not like I sit here and get drunk or anything, in case, certain parental units might be watching and thinking, oh my God, he needs an intervention. No, I'm good. I need an intervention, but not for that. There's other things like my attitude I probably need an intervention for, but no.
You're a friend for a reason, bro.
It makes a difference. By the way, as I brought up Netflix, there is something I wanted to bring up. If you want to watch some cool stuff, they got a bunch of new stuff on Netflix. On streaming video. Netflix, to start off with, the new Ryan Reynolds movie, The Adam Project, is up. It is really good. And the neat thing is, you have this married couple in it. It's Jennifer Garner and Mark Ruffalo.
Oh.
Anybody who enjoys a good rom-com, chick flick, whatever you want to call it, knows this will be the second movie they've been in as a couple.
Oh, wow.
They were in 13 Going on 30 together.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And apparently in interviews, they were both saying, we need to do this more often. We don't need to wait this long to be in a movie together. They had a blast. And of course, it's a science fiction-y sort of thing. Basically, they got this little kid playing one character, and then Ryan Reynolds comes in playing the same character who's time traveling back in time. So it's an older version of himself.
That's pretty cool.
Man, to watch him play off of a kid is great.
He's gold,
he's amazing.
He's solid gold.
And while you're doing that, if you go over to Disney Plus, his other movie, Free Guy, is up on there.
That's a good one.
It's really good, isn't it?
That's a solid movie.
And I think Ryan Reynolds is my second favorite person in the movie, because Taika Waititi plays the bad guy, and Taika is out of his mind. He's a big kid. So these are both free. Of course, as of yesterday, was it Seeing Red? The one about the animated film about the girl that turns into a red panda is now up on.
One, huh? Is that up?
Yeah, it's now up on Disney. It looks cute as hell. I haven't seen it yet. But...
Disney Pixar can't miss, bro. They've been doing this for so long. They got the formula down. It's like Marvel nowadays.
And their look has been better. Speaking of Marvel, Disney Plus is starting as of, I think, yesterday. They started their incorporation. They are bringing across all of the Marvel shows from Netflix into their new little area where they can be blocked off where kids can't get to it.
Yeah.
So that's going to be cool. And of course, I think I mentioned it a week or two back. Paramount Plus has Scream, the new movie, on, and it's really, really good. Really, really good. I was surprised. I was ready to just be cringing through the whole thing. And no, it's really well done.
Nice.
So if you like that sort of thing, especially if you like the Wes Craven screams, they did him justice. So
they've been doing pretty good with the sequels lately, and I'm nailing it. They're nailing it.
Well, we've been looking at sequels that have been better than the original.
Yeah.
Suicide Squad, Peacemaker. Not really a sequel to Suicide Squad, but a spinoff that probably one of the best comic book things to come out in a while.
It's a good one. It was
really good. They're already approved for season 2. The Batman is out in theaters right now. Colin Farrell plays the Penguin.
Excited for Morbius.
Well,
comes out next month.
Oh yeah. Well, I saw pictures of Colin Farrell done up as the Penguin. Oh my God, you can't recognize the guy. And apparently, he'll be on HBO Max and a spin-off about the Penguin. Isn't that going to be awesome?
Interesting.
It looks like it's going to be his rise to power. So yeah,
how can we make more out of this? Let's see if we can.
Yeah. Well, you know what? It's a great thing about the streaming series is it gives you a lot more freedom to go into stuff without having to shove everything into a tight time period. We just saw that with Boba Fett.
Oh man,
they were able to just take their time.
Yeah.
Spoilers. That's on my list.
Yeah. It's very well done. It's fun. And
if you have not watched Mandalorian, watch Mandalorian.
Yes,
first.
you have to watch the Mandalorian first.
Yes.
It makes because I even told my daughter and my son-in-law because they were watching it.
They
got
like,
I don't know why they went into this part of it, and I went, "You got to watch Mandalorian first. This will make more sense."
Yeah, it's basically all tied together, and of course, it leads into the next season of Mandalorian.
And I have a feeling it's going to be a lot. It's going to be combined into two because I was just
the
guy that played Boba Fett was just so cool.
Oh yeah.
He's just awesome, man.
Cool.
So yeah, the way to watch that is going to be Mandalorian season 1, Mandalorian season 2, then Book of Boba Fett, then Mandalorian season 3.
That's coming out next. I forgot when, but
that's coming out in a few months. I think next month starts Obi-Wan.
Oh yes.
So yeah,
I'm looking forward to that one.
And this is
I know this is a story a lot of people want to hear.
Yeah, it's cool.
A lot of people want to see the story.
I love the whole old school Western approach to it. That makes it just so much fun.
Now, other than the fact that all the streaming services are getting into it, so there's stuff that you want to see, but you don't want to spend money on every streaming service out there. It's exciting what these streaming services are coming up with, their own original shows. I do an on again, off again subscription with Epix because they have a couple of shows, but the main show they have on there that I love is one called Pennyworth. And so I wait until the whole season's up and then I get it for a month and watch it and I cancel it because there's not that much to watch on there that I like.
Yeah.
But it's basically following Alfred Pennyworth from Batman.
Oh.
Right after the end of, what was it, World War One?
Oh,
I think it was World War One
before he came along.
So he's in England. He's starting up his own.
Because I didn't know who the heck that was.
He's starting up his own security company, and one of the guys that comes over that ends up hiring him to do some work for him is Thomas Wayne.
Oh, Thomas Wayne.
Yes, Daddy.
Okay.
So
that's cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, there's a bunch of cool things you can do, and a bunch of cool series that are up. Not just a comic book or science fiction, although I don't know what the others are. But yeah, Jack Reacher is on Prime, and I heard I read one article with a guy that's sitting there saying, "Enough already." He says basically Jack Reacher. It's just a longer version of an episode of the A-Team. No, not even close. And Reacher fans will beat you for that. He was talking about these series are too long. It's too much time taken up. I was like, dude, slow down a little bit. Have a little bit more of a the ability to sit and watch something a little longer than that. Yeah. When you can sit there and delve into something more deeply, it's fun. It's cool. You're not sitting there thinking, well, they left this out because they didn't have time for it. No, not anymore. And when you do it with a movie, like say Dune, you end up with a 3.5 hour movie that's not even quite half of the book.
That's cool.
So thank God they released the movie, and within less than a week, I think it was like 2 days. They had news that they've been greenlit for the sequel.
Oh, wow.
Thank God.
Yeah. I know. It's early for us.
It's early, man. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, so there's lots of cool stuff entertainment wise going
Yeah.
on.
That's good.
And one of the entertainment things that we got going on has to do with somebody sitting here.
Yeah.
With his guitar.
Another one?
BJ, you have a guitar?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. All of our strings just broke, so you got to play
Yeah.
Don't even know the one that I was trying to think of. All right. So this is one that I'd written a while back. It's definitely an upbeat from the last one.
That's good.
Here's it. Yeah, that one was good. I was sitting, I was like,
it's like, coño, man, I didn't know you were I didn't know that was possible from you.
Right? I was like, I wrote it and I was like, what is that about? Who? No one's even died yet. Why are you writing this song, bro?
Oh, somebody's died somewhere. You just don't know.
No, probably. But
That's my up thought for the day.
This is a little. I was thinking real 50s when I wrote this one. This one's called Dream. It's a little like doo-woppy. So
there we go.
Cool.
Sounds familiar, huh?
Oh,
there you go. When we lay under a clear starry sky, you let me hold you, you be my lullaby. And as I hold you, I hope that you dream of loving only me. So baby, just please dream of you and me. Dream and please let it be. When you wake up, if you want it to be true, oh, can't you see that I want only you? I can already hear all the leads I want to do on this thing. But if you should wake to only pass me by, I'll hang my head a while, but I will be alright. Your happiness is all that I want. If you should leave, I'll have to carry on. Dreaming of you and me. Dreaming, and now let it be. And when I wake to see you here with me, then I'll know all you ever wanted me.
Very cool.
Nailed that one. That one's
Yeah. I like that, man.
That's like one of the easiest ones I do, and I'm like, that's a cool song. But I hear my dad sometimes, he goes, hey son, sing that one song, and I go like that, and he goes, yeah, that song. And I'm like, what does that mean, Dad? What does that mean? And I can definitely hear him say that on that one. Not that it's anything bad, it's hilarious. I still laugh at it. I just have no idea what that means.
Yeah, well, hey.
And then I actually have a country one for you.
Mm.
Oh yeah, gotta hear this.
It's upbeat. Don't worry about it.
Okay, gotta hear this.
How psychotic is this? I mean, I know my musical tastes are psychotic. I know he's got the same case. You've pretty much got the same case except for the country.
He's just burnt out on country. It's not that he doesn't like it. He just burns out.
Yeah.
We found some country you kind of like, though, haven't we?
Yeah, there were some, but yeah.
Okay, so that's
Chris Colt. It was her fault.
But the neat thing is, listening to everything that he's written has a totally different sound every time.
Yeah.
What the hell?
I know. It was like, that was like jumping a lot.
Yeah.
See, it's like I was saying, I play everything, you know what I mean? And I write the same way, and it's wild because I never know what I'm gonna write. Some days I'm like, you know what, it'd be cool to do a nice bluesy one, and then I'll sit there and I'll mess around with something. Other days I'll write something and I'm like, what the hell? How would you even classify that? I don't even know what genre. So a lot of these, they're like, maybe alternative ? Whatever. And then I find my beat that I do 9 at 100.
In other words, he writes the songs that make the whole world go, what?
I'm over here trying to figure it out. I don't expect anyone else to get it either, bro. So
you ever been there? You go to somewhere and they'll play a song. It's like with him, it's great because we've been really jabbed. But there are those guys that they write the songs and you're thinking, I don't get it. There's too many of those.
you can tell there's some people that they write songs because they're supposed to write songs.
Yeah.
And especially when they're in the middle of the song and you're paying it, because I pay attention to words first and foremost. And there's times I'm like, wait a minute, none of this fits. None of this makes sense. What's going on? Yeah. I thought there was a girl going on, but I just heard something. I swear I just heard something about a monkey.
Yeah.
And a banana. And I don't know what that's about. I don't think the monkey was eating the banana either. I think something really wrong is going on in the song.
I keep thinking about the guy that I heard that did a song in Spanish in Missouri.
Oh, God, yes.
Not too many people speak Spanish in Missouri. Mm-hmm. So he sang this song that everybody thought was so beautiful. And I'm sitting there thinking, now, I didn't speak a lot of Spanish, but I speak enough. And I'm like, this doesn't sound right. And it turned out all it was a bunch of insults. You're ugly. Your mama dresses you funny. Mm-hmm. You're ugly. You smell funny. Nobody wants to play with you and all that kind of stuff. But he did it in Spanish.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there. It was great because it was one other guy that's sitting there going like this. And I look over and I go, and he goes, yeah. And the funniest thing, so we're cracking up, and everybody else, he finished the song, lady behind me, oh my God, that was beautiful. Just like, oh, if you only knew. Oh, yeah. And we both look at the guy, and he kind of looks and goes, he looks at me, I'm like, did you? Yeah. And he's like, it's too funny. Because out in Missouri, my Spanish is impressive. Mm-hmm. Out here I keep my mouth shut.
My Japanese is better than my Spanish right now. I say that and people go, what the heck are you talking about? I was like, I took a 2 semesters of Japanese, and it's a wild sense for me to hear myself say it. My Japanese is better than my Spanish. And that's sad.
When I was delivering for a restaurant, I went to one house, and this guy, this big Mexican dude, opened the door, and I was like, whoa, where'd he come from? Because he ain't from around here. And it turned out he was visiting, and he goes, he just, he did like I did, just try to freak people out, and goes, órale, Holmes. And I went, oye, ¿qué pasa ese? And he goes, turns on the porch light so he can see me, but he goes, no kidding. I said, yeah, man. I said, what's up? I knew I was in trouble. I know that my dad says, so is New Mexico like white or what? And I said, Dad, the Walmart signs are in English and Spanish. And he was like, no way.
That's we're our own
no way.
We're our own breed.
Okay.
Here, okay?
Please don't ding us for language. That actually is just that's not dirty at all.
No.
Well, that's just That's just saying, all right, Holmes. Mm-hmm. Technically, that's true.
Yeah.
Technically, it's true.
Dude, we speak so many variations of slang here. I've seen 2 people from around here not be able to talk to each other. I was like, what's up with that? And
chances are one of them is Puerto Rican, because Puerto Rican Spanish is very, very slang and abbreviated compared to the traditional Spanish. So,
and even the slang's different too, because even I have a friend who lives here and a family member that lives up there, and they know each other, And they're like, I was talking with them. They go, I can't talk Spanish with them because I have no idea what they're saying. And it's like, even though they're just this little distance from here to there, a couple hours, and they can't understand each other. And I'm like, that's
when I was in high school, one of the exchange students we had was from Spain.
Oh.
And every time anybody spoke Spanish around him, you just look at the look on his face. It looked like he'd suddenly smelled something really bad. Because, it's not even close.
I had a friend said that he went to New York, which is the capital of Puerto Rico. And he goes, man, I went over to one of those Puerto Rican neighborhoods and I thought I was bilingual. It's a totally different thing.
Different. Same words, different meanings, everything.
I saw a documentary about the whole Puerto Rican thing over here in New York.
It's huge.
Yeah, you've got to be a member of a gang, and you've got to learn how to dance and snap your fingers. You're either a jet or a shark. That's all.
When I was in LA, growing up in LA, you go do the agent thing and you do that because it's law. And I got my headshots and everything. You look at me and I'm like, I look Puerto Rican. And I'm thinking, I'm never going to do anything out here. How many times are they going to make West Side Story? I mean, I was just.
And then look once you're living here, look at what Spielberg does.
I know. I was like, damn, I should have hung out a little bit longer. I would have had a job.
By the way, have not seen it because, quite frankly, the original irritated me. I'm not a fan.
Yeah.
I think it was just a real poor copy of trying to update Romeo and Juliet.
I still haven't seen it, so I don't know.
Seen it. Yeah.
But I will tell you.
I thought I was the only one.
No, I haven't seen either one because I'm like, no.
Oh, I watched the original, and the only redeeming thing about the original, she's actually in the remake. Rita Moreno is.
Oh well, yeah.
And she's.
Oh my god.
Amazing.
Oh yeah.
By the way, if you want to see something really cool with her, I believe it's on Netflix. Is the new One Day at a Time.
Oh really?
She plays the grandma.
Oh.
She's so funny.
Oh, she is.
And God, she could be 200 years old and just be gorgeous. Mm-hmm. She's just amazing. I love her to death. So yeah, she's the only thing that I liked about West Side Story.
That's awesome.
When she wasn't on the screen, I was like, okay, whatever.
All right,
That's awesome. No, I love our little.
Yeah, we just circle and bend everything.
That's what we do, man. That's the point of a casual jam thing. All right, so I think I played this one for you. I sat down and I.
And the name? Don't forget the name.
Oh yeah, Devil's Making Sense. Well, a ton of life seems to have me down, and I don't see much need to hang around. I just need a quick good change of pace. New town, new memories, and a new pretty face. Anywhere I can write a different kind of song, far away from the memories and the girl who did me wrong. Well, I hear a life of sin is where it all begins. To ease the pain if only for a while. Will someone come and help me, please? I'm sitting on the fence, and mama, she'd be ashamed, 'cause the devil's making sense. These days they say I'm out on men. It don't take much to have a good time again. Another song for you and I, another shot to stay relaxed, another dance, another beer. Honey, is that you or the devil in my ear? Well, someone come and help me, please. I'm sitting on the fence. Mama, she'd be ashamed, 'cause the devil's making sense. Well, someone come and help me, please. I'm sitting on the fence. And mama, she'd be ashamed, 'cause the devil's making sense. Yes, mama, she'd be ashamed, 'cause the devil's making sense.
Awesome, man.
I finally got that one smoothed out. And I found the drum beat. All it took was finding the drum beat.
Yeah. Well, it takes a little bit to figure out what you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I kind of want to play with one of these now.
Yeah.
I actually kind of have one, so I can. I just have never messed with it that much. So I think the most that I've ever messed with it was Damian Luna came over. We started messing with some stuff, and he starts jamming on my electric.
Oh wow!
My little terser, and it's a knockoff Strat, and he says, "Just get on the drums." Like, no, I suck on the drums. Get on the drums. Fine. It was fun. I know I was sucky. I just am. But yeah, it's that's kind of cool. It seems like that seems to be your way to finish stuff out, is to have that beat going. That's where you focus.
It's like I'm the vocals, the timing for the vocals, and even the way I'm playing and everything. It's real hard for me to click those together if I don't have a drum beat. Even when because last time I showed you that one, I couldn't figure out where to put my words with what I'm trying to play. And I sat down yesterday and I went through all of these found the drum beats and everything. And with the drum beat, I'm able to space things out and figure out how many times I'm doing what to cut it off and restart, and how to set up the structure for it all.
Right.
It's just Jello without the drum beat.
Everybody's got to have their thing. Yeah, I've kind of been learning to do the percussion, the drum beat as part of my playing, which you've commented on, and I had to sit there, and it took me a minute to figure out what exactly you meant when you were talking about. Sounds like a train.
Yeah, when you play, you do the.
Yeah.
And you keep that steady the whole time.
More usually,
I can't do that. Like, I'm, despite what you guys tell me, and I'm honored, but it's. I'm got, like, I'll start losing it if I can't keep that. I have to start 1, 2, 3. I have to really simplify everything, especially if I'm singing and playing, because that. If I could keep that in my head when I'm doing my country stuff, that would be awesome. I would not have to think so much on what kind of beat I have in my head. But it's so difficult for me to do that and try and sing.
I've been watching Dungeons and Dragons content online, Critical Role especially. They've got a bunch of new stuff coming out, including they've got an animated series on Prime. But one of the terms they use, I was like, musically, your alignment would be chaotic good, I think. Because what you're doing is great. If somebody would sit there and say, okay, well, let's take a look at the structure. No, you don't want to look at the structure of a stuff.
You'll look at the structure once I get there. Okay.
Because even when you have it more down and you have it more structured, you're very loose in the way you play.
Very much. I had someone explain to me, they're like, you're almost like a whip. You don't really know where it's gonna crack, but it's cracking all over the place. And I was like, I never really thought of that one, so that's cool.
Yeah, and the thing is, because of your attitude towards music, it works really well for you. You don't have to be dead. Damian Luna paid me what I thought was a compliment at first. Early on, he says you're very precise in your playing. Says once you get a song down, says you play it the same every time. And I was like, oh, because I'm used to being part of, musically, if I'm playing an instrument, it was like, marching band, where you had no choice. And it turns out that's not such a compliment when you're playing by yourself.
It depends though, because
you've got to have room for improv.
Because I look at, sometimes I'll start playing, I don't know what it is, but sometimes, like one song I played one time, I just started. But then it's like the next time I play, it's like.
Right.
It's like you almost got to go by the feel that you're at, because for some reason that night I felt like I needed to. And then all of a sudden I'm somewhere else, and it's like, no. Yeah. It's like you almost go by what you're feeling at the time and how you feel like playing it.
And where you are, what sort of crowd you're playing for.
And sometimes your mood.
Yeah. If you're playing for a very small venue and a very small group of people, you don't want to be slamming it out as hard as you can.
Exactly. Yeah.
Especially on something like this.
Oh, that thing. Yeah.
It'll hurt you.
Yeah. I can't say anything.
Yeah,
I'm stuck on 100 all the time.
See,
Now,
that's,
he's
you
like-
know,
now as
he's up
hard
at
as
11.
you could say that, but it's a bunch of crap because I watch you, and
Yeah.
as far as especially lead guitar players, especially on an electric guitar, you have some of the most awareness that I've ever seen as far as your volume compared to everybody else's. You tend to err on the side of being lower than you should be, not higher.
Yeah, I've seen that many
I'm-
times.
I'm
I don't know
proud
how
of
many
that.
times
I'm proud
we
of
looked
that.
over and go, dude, up. You know, we've done that to you a few
Yeah.
times.
Yeah.
And you started looking at me whenever you're out there, and I used some shorthand to him a couple weeks back that I was surprised you knew what I was talking about because you were, I think you either asked or you gave me that look like, you know, how's it sound, and I gave you a V and then an up. You know, vocals need to be louder, and he started belting it, which you tend to back off on that sort. So it was cool to hear you kind of hit it harder. But yeah, everybody's got a different feel, and that's what makes it so cool. It's not like, you know, when you're playing, you kind of go off the rails, like you're playing something that's like, oh, that sounds horrible. No, it still sounds great, and it sounds like you, but it's like all of a sudden there's something kind of interesting that you got to follow. You got to focus to follow a little harder. And you do the same thing with your playing, because you will, and you purposely add songs to freak people out. So I've seen this. Yeah, you're sitting here playing your stuff, and everybody's like, "Oh, I like that song. Oh, I like that song." And here's one by Five Finger Death Punch.
Yeah.
What?
Or like you bust out Foo
did I-
Fighters sometimes.
Yeah.
Was this
Nice.
was this so relaxing that I fell asleep and I missed him? And this is another guy on stage? Because no.
And then right after that, I'll play 5 O'Clock World.
Yeah. Oh, one thing I wanted to point out, as far as stuff that's coming up musically, I have heard rumors about Daisy Blue playing tomorrow somewhere, but I can't find anything.
She's got to come out of the trailer.
Yes.
Now she's doing the nomad thing.
She's becoming a trailer person, and I'm not sure about this.
We actually got together the other day and filmed a couple of videos.
Yeah, she's been to raise money. You can get a hold of her and suggest a song, make a donation, and she'll record it for you.
Yeah.
And she recorded with you, which was cool.
She had me out there to help her out with one of those. Thank you, by the way, Daisy. That was so much fun. It was a blast. It's pretty cool. We're all set up outside, and we played the song that was requested, and she goes, "Oh, I'm gonna do another request, and it's one of mine. So just go ahead and do whatever you want to do." And I was like, Are you sure? And she goes, "Yeah." So I was sitting there doing
Well, she's played with you now. She knows. Yeah.
That's funny because she tells a story about how she did an open mic, and she got up and Jaffe Ryder decided, "Hey, can I just jam with you?" And she was like, "You don't know my song. How are you going to jam with me?"
Yeah,
This
she
is
said
not
yes
gonna-"
to be nice.
Yeah, she did that to be nice. And by the time the end of the song, she's like, "Oh my gosh!" And now she's like, "You know, you just do what you want to do."
Yeah, it made a change in her,
Yeah,
which is
it's
awesome
great.
to see.
Because she's just. If you ever have a chance to catch Daisy, you need to.
And you can at Amaro Winery coming up real soon.
Yeah.
This is not a lie. This is not a trick. She will be at Amaro Winery on April 1st.
Very cool.
7 to 10.
Very
By
nice.
the way, if you really want to, you can go to daisybluemusic.com right now. She is selling a limited version of her throwback tee. The guitar with it says Daisy Blue across
cool.
it. Fabric painty looking sort of thing.
That's
very
cool.
cool. And I don't know. I just noticed that she put this up apparently last night is when it came up. And she's got okay, cool. And I wonder, when you pull up sizes, Daisy is she's discriminatory against us people that are of the larger size. We are
hefty boys.
We are tiny impaired.
As you can tell,
there are small and mediums left. Looks like the larger all sold out.
Yeah.
And it's like, large wouldn't even do it for me.
As you can tell from my aerodynamic design, I don't miss a lot of meals, bro.
Aerodynamic design.
You know, people tell me I need to get into shape, and I keep telling them round.
I was just thinking that.
I used to use that when I was in ROTC. We'd be all in line, all serious, and our flight commanders or whatever would be all in our face, and they'd be like, Provencio, do you think you're in shape? I go, yes, sir. And they go, really? And I go, round is the shape, sir. And they're trying not to laugh. They have to walk off and go around the corner. And I'm like, got him.
It's all that, that every time somebody goes, yeah, I was all impressed. I ran a mile and I did it in 12 minutes, because when you're starting off, you're not going to run an 8-minute mile. And I'm looking at it, I always do if you take the car, you can save a lot of time.
Uh-huh. Yeah, and everybody looks at you like, yeah, that's not funny.
You need to drink more water. Well, Diet Pepsi has water in it.
Uh-huh. Oh, please. That was my excuse this weekend.
Yeah.
I'm staying hydrated. I'm drinking plenty of water. It's just mixed in with some hops and barley.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's got.
I keep thinking of Osmosis Jones. You remember that movie?
Oh God.
Oh, man, no, I don't. Yeah, I remember hearing about it. I never saw that.
He's all. It's Bill Murray, and he's all sick, and it's like part animated. Like inside of him, the germs and stuff, they're all animated, and he's all sick. And his friend comes over. He goes, "You need fluids here," and he pulls out the 6-pack and he pops a beer for him. And he goes, "Is beer a fluid?" And he goes, "Sure it is. It's got all that wet stuff in it, bro. Just drink it."
It's like I forgot what show the guy had a cut or anything, and his wife goes, "You better get some alcohol for that." And he goes, "Good idea." Grabs a beer.
Hey, it still counts.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. No, the alcohol jokes. I have a friend that just posted on Facebook a little bit ago. Says, I guess it was last night technically. It says, random thought: are there any other people out there anywhere who never have had an alcoholic drink in their life? I can't be the only one, but it feels like it's sometimes ROFL. And I couldn't resist. I got on there and I says, define alcohol, because I've never had a drink with ethyl alcohol. Yeah. I don't think I've had a drink with diesel, although I have drank at some places that were a little bit sketchy. So who can say for sure?
When I was in nail school, my instructor said, we're talking about the chemicals that we use, and he goes, and alcohol is basically 70, you got to use 70% or higher.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, so basically, technically, if you wanted to, you could use vodka. And we're like, that would be a good idea, because just in case you have that one client that you just.
Oh yeah,
a little for you, a little bit for me.
Exactly.
Keep a little bottle of Everclear by hand. I happen to know that they had an issue at one point at New Mexico State University out here with the physical department. The guys, it worked. They kept wanting to order Everclear for paint stripping and such. It works really well. And they came up against a wall because they're like, yeah, we're not ordering alcohol like that. Well, they weren't claiming to be planning to drink it. Who knows? But it really does. Yeah, you get that sort of concentration. That stuff actually will strip paint off. So, l'chaim, guys.
I was at a block party one time, and they were talking. The guy brings out a bottle of Everclear, and somebody says, "Is that stuff really strong?" And he goes, "Let me show you." Takes a swig, grabs his lighter, and does a blows a fireball. And she's like, and we're all just sitting there going, "I cannot believe he did that." He goes, "That's about how strong it is."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a real fireball.
Yeah,
but not as much fun to play. Sure. Just saying.
Yeah,
as a little musical aside.
I got to work on that.
I know. I'm so excited. I'm trying to be good. I'm trying to be good because what I really want to do is be calling you every day and say, "How's it going? How's it going?"
Yeah.
And
unfortunately, it's going to get better now. It's been chaotic at our house, but yeah, I'm going to sit down and I got to sit down and work on it, because it's one of those things where I'm going to listen to your demo a couple of times just to get the gist, and then I'm going to just focus on the sheet music. So I
really want to hear what you're going to do with it, and it's really hard because I do want to be on you because I really want to hear it. So,
I apologize for that,
but I'm controlling my excitement because you've got to have your time as well.
Yeah, well, it's amazing how such a tiny little thing can throw everything.
Yes.
Although it's a lot of fun.
You're talking about the baby.
The baby,
still, right?
yeah.
Okay,
the tiny little baby is just throwing everything. I'm going to skip right by that.
I was going to say, don't be putting yourself down. But okay, we're talking about the baby. We're good. We're good.
We had our Bible study group over last night, and we had our Bible study group over last night, and one of the ladies that came, she just held on to the baby the entire night. It was so cute.
Yeah, I hate to tell you, but yeah, with a little baby in the house,
It's
the rest of you are
so-
not
my
nearly as important when
gosh.
people come visit.
Oh,
They don't
I
really
know.
cared about you.
Yeah.
They'll say something like, "How are you doing?" They're looking for their chance to get a hold of that baby.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's why we had two couples in the last like Friday night. We had a couple that came over, and sure enough, of course, it doesn't help when my 6-year-old granddaughter, the first thing she's saying is, "You have to see my sister." It's just great. She'll come over, "Grandpa, you need to spend time with your granddaughter." And she'll hand me the baby. It's so much fun. It is so cool.
That's awesome.
She is a great. It's like I've seen too many times where the older sibling is like really does not like the baby and gets mad and starts acting out. No, not her.
Yeah.
Not
That's
her. If you
awesome.
say, let me put the baby, no, do that first. She'll take care of the baby and she'll help you with the baby. And then she's not needy. She's not starving for attention. She's
Mhm.
like letting everybody. It's just amazing to watch this.
That's cool.
It's just
That's
amazing
beautiful.
to see this. This little girl is, and then of course you just want to spend time with her now.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, we've been having. My daughter got back into the routine of, because she used to have what they call talk time,
Mhm.
where before she goes to bed, they sit and they talk about their day and they talk about stuff, just kind of, so last night they got back to doing that. And my granddaughter Mommy, are we going to have talk time? I'm sorry. That's okay. Let me kiss my sister and then she'll go to bed.
Mhm.
And last night they started doing that again. So it was really cool.
That's cool.
It's just neat to
God.
see that, how understanding she is. And she's 6. You don't expect a 6-year-old to be understanding about it. You can get it,
No
but
lie.
she's been great. It's been fun.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
got to be a female thing. Talk
I
time
know.
is a good
talk
thing.
time.
Yeah, talk time. If it was a guy, it'd be more like, can we name this just a little bit less painful than a root canal time?
No, talk time for girls. It's like 15. They take their time. They talk about things. Talk about their day. For
Mhm.
guys, talk time is, you good? Yeah. You good? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I remember very vividly just growing up, and I'd be helping my dad around the house or something, and we'd just stop and he'd be like, "So son, like, what's going on?" And ask me about this and that, and we'd talk about this, or he'd be like, "What do you think about this?" And we'd start going off on subjects, and to this day we still do that. And I always stop and I go, "I love our little talks," and he goes, "Me too." And then we go back to whatever we're doing.
See, and me,
Yeah.
I've been enjoying hanging out with musicians.
Yeah.
Because there's some talking that goes on,
And
then there's just playing.
Yeah.
Which if anybody
almost,
ever accuses me of my guitar being a crutch, I'm gonna be like, and
yeah. And it's like
I'm not hearing a
sometimes
problem.
when you're just playing,
Mhm.
more is said through that.
Mm-hmm.
There's more of a connection through that than anything else.
Oh yeah.
I will admit, my wife and I have had issues. We've had where we were separated, and part of the reason was I didn't get along with guys. So the only people I talked to really were women, and that's
Mhm.
a problem for her. And I started going to open mic and meeting other musicians and talking and getting to know these guys. And,
Yeah.
I remember my wife going, "You going to go to the open mic tonight?" I'm like, "You okay with it?" She goes, "Oh, hell yeah, I'm okay with it." You come home and you talk about people all, for an hour, you'll sit there and talk about all the people. And I have not heard one woman's name yet.
Yeah.
And then the only time she did start hearing about women's names were their wives who were asking where she was,
Uh-huh.
and it became this thing. You just start connect. It's a connection that you just, it's amazing how close you guys can get.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a whole
other community.
Yeah,
It
it's
is.
a whole community that extends further than just the musician on stage.
And I will say that what I have noticed with the open mics here in town is they are overwhelmingly male.
Yeah.
The people that come out. So all you women, that I know you're really good.
Yeah.
Come out.
And it's not. And this beautiful thing is that when the women do come out, it's not like the gender's an issue.
No,
right.
You're just
never,
musician first.
Yes.
Everything else comes afterwards. It's like when it doesn't matter what type of musician you are,
Mhm.
just come out and play, and everybody will just,
Yeah.
it's a great thing.
Yeah,
You got to experience it. Even if you're not a musician, come out and just be around it. It's really cool.
Yeah.
And if you happen to be a musician who happens to be taking some classes from, say, the same instructor as me,
yes,
who plays guitar, who went to her first recital the same time I did, hint, who's talked about maybe coming on the show.
Hello.
Do it.
You need to come out and start playing, girl.
Yeah.
You really, really do, because I'm over the moon every time that she plays, and she doesn't play that much publicly.
I started telling people, you got to come out to open mic, especially when Dwight Dixon's running it. If you show up with the guitar, you're probably gonna play.
Oh yeah,
because I went the first time and I wasn't sure I was gonna play. I just brought it. Yeah, that didn't happen. I was like, he's like, oh, sign up, and so he got me signed up, and that was it. I started saying, if you don't really think you want to play, do not bring your guitar because Dwight will put you up. Now I don't say that anymore. I just say, just show up, bring your guitar. If you end up playing, great. If not, no big deal.
Yeah,
I'll let Dwight handle it. I see a guitar over there. You signed up?
And if you go to an open mic and say Truman Provencio is running it, and there aren't that many performers at the beginning, be very careful signing your name at that list at the top because you'll end up playing for how long?
Yeah, just keep going, bro.
Yeah, we only had like 3 musicians signed up.
He kept telling me, he says, no, do another.
Yeah, I was like, keep going, bro.
And I come off, he says, you know how long you've been playing? No, 40 minutes.
About 40 minutes.
Really? At an open mic?
Dude, there's only 2 people signed up, okay? I played the first hour. Yeah. It's your turn. Let's go.
I like it one time. It wasn't that. There was a lot of people there, but there are not many musicians. Yeah. Because the sip and paint had let out. So a bunch of people are out there. And Dwight comes up to me and I go, well, how many songs should I do? And he goes, how many can you do? And I said, well, and he goes, can you do like 5? Because I want to eat.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a lot of fun, man. Especially whenever I get to host, I go out there and I talk with the crowd. Even when I'm not hosting,
you go around and talk to everybody regardless of what's going on.
I was gonna say that's what.
And
he's sitting at a table talking to someone. Yeah, do another.
and you put some interesting musicians behind you whenever you've gotten up there because you've had the MFB there at times. Yeah. You've had one of the bass players, Ron. Has gotten up and backed you up.
He's gotten up,
and he's awesome. I got up and played with you and Ron at one point. That he's like, I don't know this song. So every song he didn't know, and every song was kind of clumsy at the beginning, and about even before the halfway mark, we're just right on there, and it's so much fun. Yeah,
there's so many just great musicians out here, and it's not hard to play. Heck, most of the songs we play, I'm like, what is this one? And they're like, what's it in? It's an E, and then this and this. And sometimes Dwight's over there trying to explain. And then it goes up to this, and then it changes. I go, dude, I'm playing lead guitar. I don't need to know what's going on. You told me it's an E. I got you.
Dwight can watch you. He'll look at you like me. I capo a lot. So he looks at me, he goes, okay, you're capo too. What are you starting on? And he'll watch me. And, within first 2 measures, he's playing stuff going. I'm sitting there going, dang, what is he doing? That is cool.
Well, we sat over here, a couple of weeks ago, and I would put stuff on my iHeart, and we just sit there and listen to the original, and then just start playing along with it. And I was watching you. You're sitting there. It doesn't take you long, and you're like, okay, well, this is this chord. This is this chord. This is where he's at, and you're able to play accordingly. And I can do that a little bit, but not like you can. Whoa,
dude, lots of practice.
That's
that's literally how I learn all my songs is by ear. Because I tried doing the whole tablature things. None of them were ever right.
I can't even follow it. You're so much younger than me, but I'm the baby in certain regards when it comes to music. Anyway.
And I've had that too, where you go over to the Ultimate Guitar and you get the chords and they're not in the right place. Some of them are just wrong, and it's their interpretation, so you can't get mad at the people because they're just trying. But I did back from Cali. I had to stop looking at that, and I kind of got the chords and I played it. It took me a couple of hours, but I came up with my version of it. And you just have to, as long as you can get started, you can pick out the chords by listening to them. I can't do that. So I have to at least see them. Then it makes sense. Yeah. Then I can arrange them the way I want. But I gotta hear. I can't look at it and go, oh, that's an A minor. How do you know?
And see, it's so fascinating to see how all 3 of us are musicians, and we each approach everything completely different.
Oh yeah,
but we're able to sit there and oh hey, this is in this and this. All right, cool. And, we're able to follow each other, and we each have our own strengths and this, and it's just so cool to see the way that everybody approaches stuff differently.
Yeah,
like it's wild. Whenever I'm not playing, I'm fascinated to see any musician out there who's watching this. If you know a musician or you are a musician, you ever want to jam, you ever want to whatever, hit me up, Facebook, Instagram, whatever, Truman
And
Provencio.
how do they find you?
Well, you can find all my music stuff at Truman's Music Show, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and I'm currently working on my YouTube. So, because I got me a camera finally. So
once his YouTube was up and running, he'll start on his OnlyFans page.
Yes.
Yeah. So.
Oh, that one's already Rowdy Musician. Go for it.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, he plays in various states of undress with just the guitar. Sometimes is the only thing that's covering.
Oh my God, what time is it?
It is actually that time.
It is that time. Gosh, this was fun.
Guys, this was great.
Yeah,
and you played original music today.
Yeah,
I did.
Awesome.
Thank you.
I did, in fact.
That's great. It's every time we have you on, it's like a different show every time. So it's like we could have him in. We'll make this a regular monthly thing, the Truman Day, because it's different every time, and it's cool.
You guys make me feel special.
So you can catch him. What are you going to be doing coming up?
This coming Sunday, I'll be at Salud de Mesilla from 12 to 3.
Mm-hmm.
And then the following Friday, I'm going to be playing with Zeta.
Awesome.
And unfortunately, I got to find out what that is, but I'll get it posted on my Facebook.
Make sure, because
music show.
That's next Friday. So next Wednesday, make sure so we can let everybody know where.
Yeah, I'll have that up. And yeah, that's going to be fun. And I'm starting to pick up a little more on all these gigs and everything. Like I finally got a call from the Icebox.
Awesome.
And so I got something set up with them for April, I think.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, they're getting back into the music thing again.
April or June, one of those. And it's somewhere in there. And
if you haven't been in the Icebox since the lockdown took place, they've changed everything a lot. It's nice. It was nice before. It's nicer. So yeah, it's a good look in there. Definitely keep us informed on that.
Definitely. You guys motivate me to stay more on top of my Facebook and stuff.
You got to do that. You got to let everybody know.
I've been so busy running around. I haven't even had a chance to do marketing for gigs. And then my phone broke, so I had to get a whole new phone.
Oh my gosh.
But I finally got everything set. So I'm networking so I can try to hit it hard this summer.
Awesome.
Yeah. You're going to be doing an Vintage Market.
An Vintage Market. This is my only one this month. Market 12 to 3 on Saturday.
Yeah.
Nice.
Definitely worth checking out.
Yeah.
I'm figuring out my social media stuff.
There you go.
I think, considering the last column that I put in the paper, I probably am going to do a music channel on Facebook to separate out, because I got
you got to keep those separate.
I got some very positive things from people who normally don't agree with me, and opened up some interesting conversations.
Oh, that's cool.
And some other people were hating on me pretty hard at the same time.
Okay.
So I'm like, maybe I'll just, somebody's got a Stringfellow music page.
There you go.
I might as well do one for me. And then I will start putting up some video every once in a while of my stuff.
That's awesome.
There is an online open mic I'll have more information on soon, because as soon as I get some stuff up, I can go ahead and try out for that. It's all original music that they do on there, and it sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So
cool.
And quite frankly, I think I can hold my own on that show.
Heck yeah.
We'll see.
Dude,
all right.
You've seen what I got. Today was rough. I apologize to you guys and to everyone. I'm still figuring all this out too, but
you're not alone.
I'll get the hang of it. And then I'll be able to act like I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, BJ and I were messing around before you got here and before the show started, and I played part of one that I've been working on, and my voice is cracking all over the place. It's too damn early.
Warm up for that.
But
right.
Thanks.
Thanks a lot, man.
Truman.
Thanks for coming.
Thanks, BJ, for being here again.
Thank you for doing this.
Hey, well, what else am I going to do?
All right.
This is it's part of my community service. It keeps me out of jail.
Cool. It's a whole court thing.
Yeah, it's court mandated YouTube show. It's a new thing.
All right. With that,
you guys take care. We'll see you next week.
Take care. That's funny. I used to have a joke like that.